I'm Hurykane. Let me tell you a story of the glory, but you gotta hold my 40 for me. I was chillin' watching Rick and Morty, and my chick came through, and you know she was getting naughty. Dressed up, went to a party. So many drinks, I think I grabbed up a Bacardi. We was gigging on the dance floor, but you know the cops just burst through the damn door. Me and her start blasting. Y'all didn't know that my girl is an assassin. Me and her laughing, jumping out the window, landed on the car. I think it was a Benzo, smoking on the endo as we roll out to the liquor store, then back to her house. She said that was hot. I said no doubt. Took off her clothes, then we fucked on the couch. Baby girl's an assassin. Yeah, my baby girl is an assassin. My baby girl is an assassin. Yeah, my baby girl is an assassin. Look, let me tell you another story. Chillin' at the diner and the feds, they was coming for me. Baby girl told me load up. Some beaters getting hit if they motherfucking don't duck. Test your luck like the game show, but the price is right, bitch, and you know what we came for. You chillin' back in your wheel of fortune. Me and my girl come through, bout to kill just to get a portion. Shoot your head, knock your brain in orbit. Body get contorted, guarantee you to be recorded. I'm in the car where baby Floyd, put the pedal to the metal. Best believe to keep the streets scorching. Style master, keep the heat going. My girl roll the weed, and you know we gotta keep smoking. Baby, oh, better than the ocean. She said, come here, so you know I gotta get up on it. Baby girl is an assassin. Strong blaster. My baby girl is an assassin. Strong blaster. My baby girl is an assassin. Strong blaster. My baby girl is an assassin. Yeah, strong blaster. My baby girl is an assassin. Strong blaster. Baby girl is an assassin. Strong blaster. Baby girl is an assassin. Strong blaster. My baby girl is an assassin. Strong blaster. Coming through with the ill flow, love when I skid slow. Astronomical bomb, about to explode. Flip mode, pull out the pistol, you get low. Bullets rip past your face and hit your chick, bro. Sad days, look at these mad ways. I blast K's in the last days, make the government cascade. Last phase, decapitate you with glass trays. On the last play, I'm going for the fast break. Hey, then I chill for a while. Chick from the UK, yeah, I'm making her smile. She a beautiful queen, let me give her the crown. Bring it down to the States, let me show you around. Hey, show you what the revolution about. Chillin' on a piece of land, me and you in the house. Your soul flow cold and I'm making a bounce. Put your hands in the air if you feelin' it now. Your soul flows cold, if you feelin' it now. Put your hands in the air if you hit it, get down. Your soul flows cold, it's that lyrical sound. Hurykane coming through when I'm getting the crown. Your soul flows cold, if you feelin' it now. Put your hands in the air if you hit it, get down. Your soul flows cold, it's that lyrical sound. Hurykane coming through when I'm getting the crown. Trying to manifest my destiny, bring the best of me. No discrepancies, but the government keep on testing me. They want the lesson me, I might hit them so heavily. Ever seen a bullet shoot through you when you're parakeet? Living clarity, mental therapy, gave the charity. Now the revolution is here, they say you're scaring me. Just participate, no need to articulate. If you rollin' with the government, you getting killed today. Don't get in my way, enter with the facilitate. Bullets show they will penetrate, anybody got some shit to say. I'm traveling, throwing lyrics like javelins. Zone war with the madness and show my girl the lavishness. She is extravagant, yeah, my goddess, the happiness just unanimous. That my baby girl is the baddest chick. The one I'm happy with, body cloud is an action for baby girl, just better on me. That's not an accident. Your soul flows cold, if you feeling it now. Put your hands in the air, if you hit it, get down. Your soul flows cold, it's that lyrical sound. Hurricane coming through when I'm getting the crown. Little soul flows cold, you be feeling it out. Put your hands in the air, if you hit it, get down. Little soul flows cold, this that lyrical sound. Hurricane coming through when I'm getting the crown. Little soul flows cold, you be feeling it out. Put your hands in the air, if you hit it, get down. Little soul flows cold, this that lyrical sound. Hurricane coming through when I'm getting the crown. Little soul flows cold, you be feeling it now. Put your hands in the air, if you hit it, get down. Little soul flows cold, this that lyrical sound. Hurricane coming through when I'm getting the crown. Woo.
Salute to the congregation. The church doors are open. We're gonna play some jams. Gonna get on to the service. Waiting on my first lady to come through. She a little busy right now, but she'll be here in a minute. If not, she'll be here in spirit. Bars.
I put my life on wax, coming through, gotta spit these facts. Talk shit, get your wig pushed back. Knock your brains out your snapback, boy, you ain't ready for that. Bow down and pray to your God, cause I'm bringing the bomb. Activate while I chill out a pond. To the government, enough is enough. You ain't drafting us, got a gun and I'm calling you bluff. Detroit, this the place that I claim. Look what I became, revolutionary, spitting some flames. In the end, y'all remember the name, cause I showed y'all the game. Motherfuckers putting chips in your brains, and they still putting shit in your veins. This shit is insane. When we all gonna stand up to fight? Call the goons, they be ready tonight. Some is ready to snipe. Grab your guns and light up the night. Yo, these are ramble lyrics. I know y'all haters scared to hear it. I'ma keep on spitting while y'all haters keep on tripping. These are ramble lyrics. I know y'all haters scared to hear it. I'ma keep on spitting while y'all haters keep on tripping. These some ramble lyrics, I know y'all haters scared to hear it. I'ma keep on spitting while y'all haters keep on tripping. I put my life on track so I can spit these lethal rhymes on tracks. Hurricane smoking hydro packs. Got goons in the black lack. Everybody loading the strap. About to show the motherfuckers who boss. Blood in the facility. Take the fucking head right off. Dead by dog. Dog can't compare my dog. Create a whole bloody scene. They like, oh my god, fuck the law. About to go and break their jaw. Walk through the mean streets with the safety off. Face me, dog. Make you like a pastry dog. Got 'em on the battlefield. You can't chase me, dog. You're crazy soft, might as well play VR. Cause in the real world, man, your face be off. Can't say soft, they would never trace your call. Cause we made it to the scene and we blast them all. These some ramble lyrics, I know y'all haters scared to hear it. I'ma keep on spitting while y'all haters keep on tripping. These some ramble lyrics, I know y'all haters scared to hear it. I'ma keep on spitting while y'all haters keep on tripping. These some ramble lyrics, I know y'all haters scared to hear it. And I'ma keep on spitting while y'all haters keep on tripping. These some ramble lyrics, I know y'all haters scared to hear it. Fuck it. I'ma keep on spitting while y'all haters keep on tripping. These some ramble lyrics, I know y'all haters scared to hear it. Fuck it. I'ma keep on spitting while y'all haters keep on tripping. These some ramble lyrics, I know y'all haters scared to hear it. Fuck it. I'ma keep on spitting while y'all haters keep on tripping. These some ramble lyrics, I know y'all haters scared to hear it. Fuck it. I'ma keep on spitting while y'all haters keep on tripping.
Hurricane tonight trapped this church. The church doors is open. Bow down to the God of wind, storms, and fire. Church doors is open. Waiting for the first lady to get into the building. Pastor Kane has just arrived with the Steve Harvey suit on, with the Viva Vendetta mask, with the girls, big ass tits, and guns. We got the slim petite goddesses. We got the thick voluptuous goddesses and going up and down the aisle of the congregation. Oh yeah, when we pass around the collection plate, we ain't telling y'all to put money in it. We want y'all to grab what's out of it. And it's called frankincense. Everybody spark up your frankincense because we ain't got no frankincense, and pay homage to the god of wind, storms, and fire, worshipped by the Mayans, the Tainos, the Arawak people, all up through the Caribbean. Energy cannot be created nor destroyed, just transferred. And I have transferred here. And it feels good to be back. Y'all heard the song, Damn, It Feels Good to Be a Gangster. You know, hey, y'all remember that? Well, I got a new song. Damn, it feels good to be a god. For I am the god of wind, storms, and fire. Let's pay homage. God of wind style. I will take their breath while they stand. Fuck the government. For everything they stand for. I am the god of wind.
I'm the motherfucking god of wind. Gotta tell them all again, tell them all again. I'm the motherfucking god of wind. Gotta tell them all again, let's tell them all again. I'm the motherfucking god of wind.
Salute branches.
I'm the motherfucking god of wind.
Hope y'all can keep up.
Let me push it to the limit, never give it when I spend it. Gotta cut you up to rivers. I'm a motherfucking business. I'm not finished when I hurt you fucking feathers. When I blow up the Senate, and I'ma see you in a minute. Any minute, I'm ripping anybody that wanna get it. Cause the government tripping everybody up in a minute. I'm the villain, the villains, but the government is some motherfuckers killing never seeing it. They causing division. But my decision will cause a collision. I let it be for a minute. Smoking the weed, I got a key for a minute. Summer propagating your bodies. I got the title, put to get the beat up in the spiral. I'm the hurricane. And I'm bringing the wind and sip the gin. With the get to be spanned. So I'm laying on the bins and they call it Brazil. They had a four that the springs and the motherfucker running again. They call it revenge. What they elite? Those motherfuckers full of deceit. Now they all gotta witness defeat. I'm the beast that devour the beaches. I'm a G with a motherfucking power to me. Put your head in the sand. Now I gotta put your head in the van. Take it to the badlands. Kill the plan, we can bring the bands. Those bitches ain't stand the chance. I'm taking back all of the land. I ain't motherfucking making demands. I gotta go against the government, man. I came with the gun in my hand. Put an RPG in front of the van. About to blow with the government, man. Trying to play the game. That's great to change. They get your figure C to arrange the brain. Begin to bring the pain. This world will remain the same. Hurykane here to change the game.
God win.
Tell them all again. Tell them all again. I'm the motherfucking god to win.
Fall down with the god to win.
I'm the motherfucking god to win. Tell them all again. Tell them all again. I'm the motherfucking god to win. Tell them all again. Call all your friends. I'm the motherfucking
God of fire. Pay homage to the god of fire. Y'all better look up my name. Hurykane.
Coming through like a boss, knocking on your soldiers off, flips in the air, doing tricks like it's no
The Empire.
Don't fuck with you, gotta show them all. Solar apart, can't get a weapon like a solar apart. Hold them off, gotta reload. Hit a motherfucker, got a bomb, hit the reload on that motherfucker. Put the flesh off the bones, I'm a monster. Operating on the enemy, I'm a doctor. Surgical, now you're vertical, and you're convertible, durable. Hell no, nigga, you deplorable, burnable. Better bow down to the god of fire. I don't think you motherfuckers gonna make it out alive. Got your feds traumatized, taking on your dollar signs. I get everything, yeah, I got my phone modified. I despise every government, cause they fucking lies. I'ma shine with the revolution on the fucking ride. God of fire. I'm the motherfucking god of fire. God of fire. I'm the motherfucking god of fire. Modified. Any, many, mighty mo. Shoot a hater right his clothes. If I point my finger, motherfucker, bitch, you gotta go. I'm the dope or the window. You be falling quick. Who is this? It was a fed that was talking shit. Shooting cops every day. Operation pistol play. Creeping on the cops on the motherfucking interstate. In the case, sneaking through your base. Shot you in your face. Hacking on machines. I'ma change your little interface. Blind got some terminate.
Wait, hold on, whoa, damn. My shit is cut off. And this is a free offline phone, by the way. Don't know why the fuck that happened. Let me go to it. I'm up rolling up and the shit just stops. Really? You gonna stop on me, sure? That's how you feel? Go back to
I'm the motherfucking god of fire. God of fire, keep a gun modified.
No, to the second verse.
Dispatching is the power of a sickener. Who is ya? I'ma hit you hard, pulling baby, smoking baby. In the case, sneaking through your
There you
face.
go.
Shot you in your face, hacking on machines. I'ma change your little interface. Blind got some terminators.
discriminate you.
Dressing up like Lord Vader, better call your Lord Savior. Pulling Kevin, pulling Vegas, smoking weed, rolling papers. Everybody high when we shine. That adjudicated true executioner. Powers like the Yoruba. Don't mean it's scratching, just the power of a supernova. Who is ya? I'ma hit you harder than the Kuma, bruh. Handing out fades like it's motherfucking supercut. Gotta fire.
Is that the shit I do by itself? That's my phone doing that song.
Gotta fire. Gotta fire. I'm the motherfucking gotta fire.
Good modified. Hey.
Gotta fire. Keep a gun modified. Knock your heads off. Motherfuckers gon' be traumatized. Thinking I'm the gotta fire. Gotta fire. Keep a gun modified. Knock your heads off. Motherfuckers gon' be traumatized. Thinking I'm the gotta fire.
Gotta fire. I'm the motherfucking God of Storms.
Hurykane 3.
Not just bow down to the God of Wind, not just bow down to the God of Fire, but I am the ultimate God of Storms. You better ask the Mayans about me. Ask the Tainos about me. Ask the Arawak people about me. You ask that whole goddamn Caribbean about me. I am the God of windstorms and fire. Bow down to the God of Storms. Let go.
Riding out in this bitch.
There go my first lady.
All you haters ain't shit. Hit it with fast lyrics, show lyrics. These bullets don't miss. But don't worry about
first
vibes.
lady is here.
I worry about rhymes. So I
Just
gotta
in
go
time.
around and tone it down. I think I'm losing my mind.
about to lose my mind.
Go ham, say motherfucker 1,000 times. When I say me with 1,000 eyes, been prophesized. That I'm organize a revolution, never ride for life. 5 eyes, no homicide. Every time I been a fisher, gonna
What about
motherfucking
baby?
die to die. Y'all think I'm out of mind, but I'm the God of storms. I do this shit all the time. Yeah, God of storms. Bow down to the
Ain't nothing on YouTube.
bow down to the
Everybody else on that bullshit.
bow down to the God of
This is that
storms.
real shit.
Bow down to the bow down to the bow down to the bow down to the God of storms. Bow down to the bow down to the
Coming to a city near you.
all praise to the God of storms. Bow
Nothing
down
else
to
on
the
YouTube.
bow down to the
Hurykane 3.
bow down to
I'm the
the
realest. Bow down.
bow down to the God of storm, turn the devastating. Turn to go faster with up the brakes. Do it at a pace you would never trace. Here come the impact you would never brace. Better vacate from the place, okay? The bay got my AK, but it's straight today. Revolutionary lyrics that pave the way. From a rebels come through, best play your face. Leave your day, replicate. They gotta kill a government to manipulate. I'm pulling out like here to blade. Walking up on that fed, this dog get a sniff today. Little revolutionary today, but niggas is scared. Grab the gun, I'm getting prepared. All you haters, you better be red. Get prepared, cause the storm right here. God of storms. Bow down to the bow down to the bow down to the bow down to the God of storms. Bow down to the bow down to the bow down to the bow down to the God of storms. Bow down to the bow down to the bow down to the all praise to the God of storms. Bow down to the bow down to the bow down to the bow down to the time I be the spark of the frankincense. We up in this bitch with no frankincense. Revolutionary of the day commits. So we going all up before the day we spend. They got me balls of they watching everything on some major shit. They poison water, poison food, chemtrails in the air, they spraying shit. CDC, they make you sick. Black Rock Pelletier, they taking shit. Tell us in the people big to the day the best. Some the great hurricane take a state to miss. Trying to rise up and raise the fist. Who bullet with me, let's take a trip. Shoot it at the government and make it flip. Bitch, trying to fill the world with amazing hits. God of storms, bow down to the, bow down to the, bow down to the, bow down to the God of storms, bow down to the, bow down to the, bow down to the, bow down to the God of storms, bow down to the, bow down to the, bow down to the, all praise to the God of storms, bow down to the, bow down to the, bow down to the. Bow down to the God of storms. Bow down to the. Bow down to the. Bow down to the. All praise to the God of storms. Bow down to the. Bow down to the. Bow down to the. Bow down to the God of storms. Bow down to the. Bow down to the. Bow down to the. All praise to the God of storms. Bow down to the. Bow down to the. Bow down to the
Hurricane
bow down to the god of storms.
Now you know we gotta give a shout out to my head of the Hurykane Night Traptors Church Choir. Shout out to Jordan. Church doors is open. About to get up into the service in a minute. Hope everybody having a cool day, cool afternoon, cool evening, cool night. Shout out to y'all in your respective time zones, y'all. Shout out to Jordan. Georgia.
Yeah. We bringing it back, so cold with the flows when I spit it on tracks. Writing hardcore lyrics, gotta put it on wax. We can't tell lies, we be spitting the facts. Most rappers is trash and they do it for cash. I do it for the love with this lyrical blast. Going fast like flash when I'm whipping your ass. Let me slow it down quick, this a blast from the past. Underground flows with an old school vibe. Not your head to the beat and remember the rhyme. Real music, you can hear it, you can never deny. Hurykane and joining out when we be keeping it live. From Detroit to Savannah, let the whole world see. Midwest, Southern soul, make the people believe. Spitting revolution lyrics so my people be free. Throw your hands in the air if you rollin' with me. Underground sound that goes down in Motown. 20 your time, smoke a pound, we smoke clouds. Cold sound, everybody know what goes down. Underground sound, yeah, we bringing it back now. Tell them, Jay.
Bringing it back. Bringing it back. Hey, back to the underground. Back to the underground. Where it comes from. Back to the underground. To where it comes from. Back to the underground. Where it comes. Hey. Bringing it back. Bringing it back. Bringing it back. Bringing it back. Bringing it back.
Back again, spin the magic just like a paladin. Yeah, we gotta win. The underground is back again.
For the ancestors.
It's time to take it back again. Spitting magic just like a paladin. Yeah, we gotta win. The underground is back again. For my ancestors. This that underground sound. This that underground sound. This that underground sound. It's time to take it back now. This that underground sound. This that underground sound. This that underground sound. It's time to take it back now. Underground sound. This that underground sound. This that underground sound. It's time to take it back now. This that underground sound. This that underground sound. This that underground sound. It's time to take it back now.
You already know what it is. Shouts out to everybody. Hope everybody having a cool day, cool afternoon, cool evening, and cool night. You already know what it is. Much love to my goddess Vanta, my first lady of the Hurykane Night Traptors Church, my UK correspondent for the HHN Special Report, and the goddess of the USS Hurykane and Hurricane 3. You already know what it is. And shouts out to the congregation. Pass out the frankincense, because we ain't got no frankincense. Hope everybody feeling cool. We're going to play one more track, then we're going to get on into the service. Unless you got to request it. Oh, nah. I can't play this yet. I got to do this. I got to play 2 more tracks. Yeah. We're going to play these 2 tracks, and then we're going to go into the service. You know I got to play these for Vanta. Much love to my first lady.
Hurykane 313.
You know all that, you heard it.
This a black 30 ancestors. With this time my hawk, you get your head severed. Creep up in the building, get the fair records. My Beretta was gold plated with the suppressor. Feel the pressure of heavy rains, nothing lesser. I'm the god The storms, I control the weather. So clever, you fools should know better. When I come through, better run to the storm shelter. Flow better, hip hop is forever. We take the government down, we write no letters. Take hold of the crime, we make the throne better. I turn this whole world into a Coachella. Pick up the pack of a pistol, pop you like pimple simple. People pack the pistols, the population of evil tremble. I resemble the revolution, no ancient temples. Haters better watch your tone, or they get dismembered. This the breath of the ancestors. Better watch your tone or get your head severed. This the breath of the ancestors. Better watch your tone or get your head severed. This the breath of the ancestors. Better watch your tone or get your head severed. This the breath of the ancestors. Better watch your tone or get your head severed. Cracking bottles overhead to make them wobble. Don't like the TV show, nigga, just change the channel. Genocidal, these lyrics might hold the title. Carry Bibles, my goons, they carry rifle. Very tribal, sometimes we very primal. 8 or 15, I'm killing every rival. They say it's mediocre, cut you up into pieces and leave your body parts inside your easy sofa. Be the soldier, you see my soldiers, they creeping over. Parkour type shit, you see us leaping over. Jackie Chan, you understand, you catching hands. Kick your ass through the van, I think he dead, man.
All together now.
Feel like I got a blast at the government quicker than anybody, nigga.
Right.
Split your body
Y'all heard my
apart and
first
throw you
name.
in the river. This the
now.
revolution, you gotta deal with us. This the breath of the ancestors. Better watch your tone or get your head severed. This the breath of the ancestors. Better watch your tone or get your head severed. This the breath of the ancestors. Better watch your tone or get your head severed.
You know it, Von.
This the breath of the ancestors. Better watch your tone or get your head severed. This the breath of the ancestors. Better watch your tone or get your head severed. This the breath of the ancestors. Better watch your tone or get your head severed. This the breath of the ancestors. Better watch your tone or get your head severed. This the breath of the ancestors. Better watch your tone or get your head severed.
You already know. We're gonna play one more, and then we gonna get off into it. You know we gotta get naughty, Von. Shout out to everybody in the Hurykane tonight, Trappist Church. All my ladies of the congregation, stand on up and get naughty. Make it so. Make it go. Make it blue. Get naughty.
Time to have a party, time to have a party. Baby girl love it, everybody get naughty. Time to have a party, time to have a party. Baby girl love it, everybody get naughty, get naughty. Get naughty. Baby girl get naughty.
Naughty in church, get naughty.
Baby girl get naughty.
Y'all see the thumbnail?
Baby, show me love. See me go
I saw the
space,
thumbnail.
that motherfucking love. Baby girl, get
Jiggle
low.
physics.
Drop it to the floor. Pick it back up, baby, make that ass roll. That's control. Got me saying roll. Baby, twerking on me, girl, you know how it go. Then the drop, singing low. Take it to the mo. Baby, hop on it soon as the door close. I'm the one that's controls. Take off my clothes, pull out the camera phone. Wanna see you do a pose for the tube video. Time to make a flick. Going full thrusters when I'm giving her the dick. Baby girl, you the shit. Girl like a party with. Never bad chick. Say fire like an arsonist. Baby, this a hit. Got another party mix. Call me Santa Claus. Had to put you on the naughty list. Time to have a party. Time to have a party. Baby girl love it. Then she about to get naughty. Time to have a party. Time to have a party. Baby girl love it. Then she about to get naughty. Get naughty. Get naughty. Baby girl get naughty. Giving her the business, love it when I'm in it. Been her ass over, that's her favorite position. Give it to her raw, going in the deep. Fucking all night, we ain't about to go to sleep. Vibing to the beat, while I clap her cheeks. Baby girl straight, and she fucking up the sheets. She the beauty, I'm the beast. Eat her like a feast. Sweet cherry pie, baby, let me get a piece. Detroit after dark, did it in the park.
Fuck, I'm gonna take one more
The
song after
stars on the
this.
hood of the car. She adventurous,
I'm
we
feeling
up
it.
in the parking lot. Put up to the job, we was fucking on the clock. They ain't not the word, we been to the drive-in. Treated like a swimming pool, I'm about to dive in. This a party over here, got you fucking vibing. Grabbing on the girl, yeah, I'm about to slide in. Time to have a party, time to have a party. Baby girl love it and she bout to get naughty. Time to have a party, time to have a party. Baby girl love it and she bout to get naughty, get naughty, 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 get naughty, 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 get naughty, 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 get naughty, naughty, naughty.
Sunday fun day.
Time to have a party, time to have a party.
You having a good
Baby
day.
girl love it and she bout to get naughty. Time to have a party, time to have a party. Baby girl love it and she bout to get naughty, get naughty, 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 get naughty, naughty, naughty.
Oh yeah,
Get
buddy.
naughty, naughty,
Sunday fun day.
naughty, 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 naughty.
All right, one more. Then we going to the shit. Hashtag fuck YouTube. Fuck all the haters. Just in case they fuck with my live, I'm gonna get
You know
this
what
song.
it is.
Phenom Road 1 production.
Hurykane Night Chapters Church. Fuck YouTube and fuck all the haters. Much love to my guy, this Vonta. Let's tell him something.
Gotta get the money, staying on the grind. Got a bad chick, hell yeah, she looking fine. Haters looking at me with the envy in their eyes. Catch your ass slipping, I'ma hit you with the 9. Gotta get the money, staying on the grind. Got a bad chick, hell yeah, she looking fine. Haters looking at me with the envy in their eyes. Catch your ass
already
slipping,
know,
I'ma
bro.
hit you with the 9. Haters everywhere,
I got you, baby.
looking at a player. Envy in their eyes, man, I see that shit everywhere. About to get prepared. Gotta bring the flare. Hardcore match, I'ma beat you with a chair. Get your own chick, why you won't mine? Get your ass mad cause you can't pull a dime. Pussy ass niggas can't even spit a rhyme. No ambitions, you don't even got a life. I make music, you don't even got a life. Music is the weapon, I don't even gotta fight. Blind of the darkness, but I'm showing you the light. Blast at the haters, got them running for their life. This is my life, call my own lane. Y'all just mad cause you can't do the same. Get it through your brain, I'm the hurricane. Got a wheel in the fucking storm and a flame. Gotta get the money, staying on the grind. Got a bad chick, hell yeah, she looking fine. Haters looking at me with the envy in their eyes. Catch your ass slipping, I'ma hit you with the 9. Gotta get the money, staying on the grind. Got a bad chick, hell yeah, she looking fine. Haters looking at me with the envy in their eyes. Catch your ass slipping, I'ma hit you with the 9. Haters everywhere, thinking nigga threat. I'll be a threat when I hit you with the tech. Get your representing, baby, show me some respect. If you don't, I might have to break your fucking neck. Cops in the feds, y'all can get it too. Some of y'all haters is angels on the YouTube. Most of y'all are faggots, talking to some faggots. Clout takes controls, I'ma stump you little maggots. Making haters panic, cause I'm going off. Hardcore lyrics, y'all bitch niggas soft. You a low level that's dealing with a boss. Pop you in the head if you working with the law. Don't got a life, that's your motherfucking fault. Interrupt my life, but knock your fucking head off. Chillin' with my kid, we counting bread, dog. Hurykane here, and I gotta tell y'all. Gotta get the money, staying on the grind. Got a bad chick, hell yeah, she looking fine. Haters looking at me with the envy in their eyes. Catch the gas slipping, I'ma hit 'em with the 9. Gotta get the money, staying on the grind. Got a bad chick, hell yeah, she looking fine. Haters looking at me with the envy in their eyes. Catch your ass slipping, I'ma hit you with the 9. Gotta get this money, staying on the grind. Got a bad chick, hell yeah, she looking fine. Haters looking at me with the envy in their eyes. Catch your ass slipping, I'ma hit you with the 9. Gotta get this money, staying on the grind. Got a bad chick, hell yeah, she looking fine. Haters looking at me with the envy in their eyes. Catch your ass slipping, I'ma hit 'em with the 9.
Phenom Road 1 production.
Yeah, fuck YouTube and fuck all the haters. Y'all do what the fuck y'all is. Cut. Print that bitch. Hurykane tonight trap this church. Well, we gon' ask. We gon' ask. We gon' ask some questions. Welcome to the Hurykane tonight trap this church where we question everything. You know what I'm saying? Shouts out to the lovely ladies of the Hurykane tonight trap this church. They walking up down the aisles. They passing out the frankincense because we ain't having no frankincense. You already know what it is. So people light up the sage, we lighting up frankincense. All right? Now smoke up. Talk about a collection plate. Nah. If anything, I'm putting the product in y'all hands. Y'all go out there and sell it, and y'all bring it back. This the Hurykane night trap. This church, you feel me? Trapping ain't dead. Niggas just scared. Niggas just playing, don't want no bread. Trying to get an amen. Thank you, baby. Yeah, Lord. Shout out to everybody. Real shit. Got to give a disclaimer because you already know I give the disclaimers before I start this shit. There's over 45,000 plus denominations of Christianity. Salute Bronze. What's good? What's good? Just getting started. We played some music for about 36 minutes. I could have ended a couple songs ago, but I wanted to get that shit off. You know what I'm saying? You know, let the church doors up. We don't have to be playing music for a minute. And then to get to the service. And yeah, 45,000 plus denominations of Christianity. Now, none of them can come to a fucking agreement on what's what. But out of the 45,000, I am cool with only 4 types of Christians. We have the open-minded that don't care if I'm a Christian or not. We can still sit down, chop it up, and have dialogue. And me not being a Christian doesn't affect our conversation. Like most of these stupid-ass niggas and bitches that I ever came across in life, when I say I'm not a Christian, they motherfucker literally will run away, or they'll be condescending, judgmental, or they'll literally call me evil or a fucking demon. But y'all bitch-ass Christians are the worstest motherfuckers on this fucking planet. They're feeding off of your shame, guilt, and fucking regret. And you have the nerve to look at me and judge me. But bitch, your Bible say, judge not lest ye be judged. And bitch, even your Bible fucking say the spiritual shall judge. And since I'm on that spiritual level, I get to fucking judge you. You are condescending, judgmental, and y'all motherfuckers are more evil than anything. All over this world, murdering, raping, pillaging, and forcing motherfuckers to be a fucking Christian. Where's the good in that? There's none. Your God is a genocidal, homicidal maniac. And y'all look over that just to go to the New Testament. But even your Bible says he would not take one tittle of his father's law when he come back. So, obey the Father. But y'all don't want to because y'all cherry pick Bible verses and y'all motherfucker pick what's good to you and make you feel good because ain't nothing but a feel good fucking doctrine any fucking way. I'd rather read Harry Potter. Now, that's for the, you know, the open-minded are cool. Next set of Christians are the conspiracy Christians. They look up the same shit I look up. We expose the same enemy. We can connect. But there's other conspiracy Christians. There's another side of that coin where they try to connect Revelation, what's going on in the world. I find that to be crazy because the book of Revelation and what's going on in the world does not match. If y'all read Revelation again, motherfuckers opening up seals and blowing trumpets and the world is being destroyed. Where is that happening right now? I don't see no seals. I don't hear no trumpets. Well, they is doing frequency weapons in the sky. People are hearing trumpets right now. And they don't know where it's coming from. But the logical explanation is it's coming from a fucking military base and they're throwing sound frequency weapon tests. That's the logical explanation. I seen the footage of the military personnel flying UFOs hovering over motherfucking military training grounds. They already have the tech. They're preparing for Project Bluebeam as we speak. They was about to do the shit in 1995. But what stopped them was we don't know how Allah look. Duh. No one does because y'all wasn't even fucking born. They was trying to motherfucker do the motherfucker 3D image of Allah or Muhammad. It was one of those motherfuckers. But they clearly was like, we don't know how this motherfucker look. These pictures are motherfucking bullshit. You know, like we can't use any of these pictures. A motherfucker would know, you know. And the next set of Christians is the spiritual. I mean spiritual Christians. I call them spiritual Christians. They value meditation. They understand that God, Jesus, and the church lives within the heart chakra. So focus on your heart chakra, focus on love, peace, joy, happiness, and raise your vibrational frequency to reach Christ consciousness. They will learn the hard way that they are Christ and Christ consciousness, but they still have the mind of an external being. But they still doing the right thing of going within. They just had to have that journey of finding out that Christ is them instead of still separating themselves. I don't know how they manage to do that within the meditation, but it's all in your mind. So like whatever they did in their mind to compartmentalize some shit, it's on them. But they will eventually break through and find out that they are Christ. But the last set of Christians are the Gnostic Christians. The Gnostic Christians believe if God is real, he's a genocidal, homicidal maniac. This body is a prison, this planet is a prison, and the only way out is through gnosis, knowledge of self. I dig that. And for those who know what Gnostic Christians are, y'all need to read the Gnostic Gospels. Y'all need to read Secret Book of John and all the other Dead Sea Scrolls, like the Nag Hammadi Library. You can read that too. You know, the book of the Secret Book of John, the Book of Thomas, the Book of Jasher, the Book of Maccabees, the books of Enoch, the books of Raziel, the books of Yetzirah, the books of I don't know if I said Yetzirah right. I don't know it was Yetzirah or Yetzai, whatever the fuck. But like these books put everything into perspective. But yeah, so that's it. Now let's get off into what we got. I just had to do the disclaimer. Right here. I got three.
Not too long after receiving that award, Kathy Griffin fell into prescription drug addiction, PTSD, and even tried to unalive herself. Now, I don't know if that's God's judgment. I don't know if it's his punishment, but I do know naturally any good psychotherapist will tell you, try and fill a God-shaped hole with something like an award, and it will eat you alive. Even the great atheist David Foster Wallace said that worship anything on this planet, and you will die 1,000 deaths. But worship something infinite and transcendent, and it will buoy
He said it.
all life.
He said it, boss. I ain't say it.
Worship the God of the universe, worship Jesus Christ, and you will have the most fulfilling life possible.
That's a goddamn lie. That's a goddamn lie. Because I thought that shit all my life until I left at 17. I'm like, man, that God ain't real. Ain't answer none of these motherfucking prayers. I'm just saying.
You heard it.
So you can have a motherfucking stable home.
He said it, Vonta. I ain't say it.
You know what I'm saying?
So Cliff Jr. here is grasping for straws, and first I'm going to tell you what really happened to Kathy Griffin, and then I'll break down exactly how this mental manipulation is often utilized in Christianity and it omits a lot of reality that is happening within the world of Christianity and outside the world of Christianity. So the first thing about Kathy Griffin, she made this statement at the Emmy Awards in 2007. She made it a satire against all the other performers who come up there and they always thank God for this and thank God for that. You guys have seen that happen. Every time someone wins a championships in sports or wins an award for a movie or anything in entertainment, or even in locally or in your own lives, you see people get a new car, buy a house, and first thing they do is thank God for having those things in their lives. So her comedy, which was already based on satire.
Yeah. It was like everybody always thank God, but like no one asked the question, which God are you thanking? That's the real question. That motherfuckers be doing evil shit. Y'all get that award, but like, I like to thank God for this award. They go, which God? There's many. Which one? I forgot. I got a song called Transcend. Transcend though, like the first 6 letters. I got it's on my I think it's on the God. No. It's on the Flood series. It's inside the Flood series. I think it's either Flood the Game or Flood the System. I think it's Flood the System. It's the last song. It was like the outro to the album. It's in the Flood series. It's either Flood the Game Volume 1 or Flood the System Volume 2. But yeah, it's a slow methodic track, and I'm on some real shit talking about, you know, God and universe and a whole bunch of other shit. Damn, I forgot I even had a name of that song. I'm glad you reminded me. Thank you. I need to go back and redo the whole Flood the System album. Because like that's when I first got to Band Lab. I need to go back and redo all them songs. All of them. So it'll be like a re-upload or a remaster whenever I get back to it. I gotta pick a day to do it. But yeah, that's gonna be fun. That's gonna take my whole fucking day away though.
Against Hollywood, people, personalities. This was also satire. The whole thing that she completely said that people who had came up before her were all thanking God, but God, Jesus is as far and away and not part of me winning this award. So it was seen as Hollywood satire. Now in 2007, she was doing great in her career. She continued to do great in her career in 2008, 2009, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. Around 2015, things started getting a little shaky. She had an accident. She hurt herself. She then got on prescription drugs because of that injury. And then as that injury persisted, she continued and became addicted to the pain medications that she was taking at that time frame.
That happens.
And then 2017, she did a photo shoot that had satire against President Trump at the time. And that caused a bunch of people to come out against her and started making death threats towards her. They they triggered some emotional issues. People were publicly shaming her because of what she did towards Donald Trump, the MAGA people. And already being addicted to prescription drugs from an earlier injury about a year or two ago, and her career had started going down because of that addiction. Then her life went into shambles. And then during COVID, she attempted to kill herself. So a sad thing, but it had nothing to do with what she said in 2007.
Right. Had nothing to do with what she said in 2007. So the nigga that was talking at the beginning was just grasping for straws. Like, Kathleen Lee Griffin life went downhill after she said this. I hate when motherfuckers do that shit. I'm talking about the motherfucking clickbait, rage bait, race bait, hate bait, all that shit. And then, like, when you do the research on what you just watched, you be like, man, this is a clip from ages ago. Why the fuck you trying to make this shit recent? Get them free clicks and views. But Kathleen Lee Griffin is hilarious. And what she should have did to the motherfuckers that was motherfucking defending Trump, she should have motherfucking went extra hardcore on those motherfuckers. Joan Rivers would have did it and not gave a fuck. But they killed Joan Rivers right after she said Michelle Obama was a man. They killed that bitch within a week. And tonsil surgery. I don't know no one that has ever died in tonsil surgery. If anybody died in tonsil surgery, please look it up. And let me know the cases. And why is my phone doing that? See, phone on some bullshit. Now that's the government fucking with my shit. And everything charging perfect. These are brand new fucking chargers. The fuck going on? But maybe it's synchronicity and confirmation of what I just said, because I love that too. I had to catalog it. But still though, Joan Rivers would have destroyed everybody that defended Trump. Okay, keep defending them. This country about to still go to shit. Joan Rivers ain't give a shit. Joan Rivers ain't give a shit. And plus everybody, most of these female satire comments get their blueprint from her. They get their blueprint from Joan Rivers. And the motherfuckers at the Carol Burnett show. If y'all remember the Carol Burnett show and all the motherfucking funny motherfuckers that was on that shit. My mom used to watch that shit. And like one day I was like, man, what is so fucking funny? What is these old niggas talking about? And I was like, Carol Burnett, everybody on that show is hilarious. And then when I found out that these motherfuckers was trying to make each other laugh on purpose in the middle of the set, that's what made it extra funny. man, when people was breaking character. Cause it was so funny. I'm like, yeah, I'll break character too for motherfucking this shit like that in front of me. You know, and it was pretty funny. Yeah, Joe Rivers undefeated. See, Steve O Cam know. Y'all know. But yeah, let's get back to it.
God wanted to connect himself to the downfall of Kathy Griffin. Then he should have did some shit in 2007 or 2008 or 2009. Hell, I even give him 2010. But you can't wait 10 years later to decide that, oh, her life is going downhill and now God has something to do with it. Don't mock God. It's too late.
Too late.
So Cliffy Jr. jumping out of this is one of those things that they utilize to manipulate people into staying in Christianity. I've seen it time and time again where pastors have stood on stages, stood at platforms and said that, oh, look at this person. They gave their life over to God and now they own this company and now they have this great wife, they have this great husband, they have their children are wonderful and great. And it's all because they gave themselves to God.
That's bullshit.
When you're looking out amongst all these people and you see that guy over there gave his life to God, then gave his life to God, he's still addicted to drugs.
Yeah, still addicted to drugs. He gave his life to God, still addicted to drugs. You know, going back to my mom. Mom gave her life to God. She still was stupid, selfish, and stubborn, and on drugs, and ruined my life until I left at 17. And didn't even change. Still the same person all the way up to the day she died. Yeah, believed in God, though. Didn't change your mindset. Didn't change your ways. You was forced to get off the drugs because tell her what the doctor said, because I know it wasn't you fully. You know, it's like, yo, if you keep on doing this, you're going to die. That's probably what was told. Because that's what's told to motherfuckers that drink. You take one more shot, you're going to die. You know? So it's like, look, motherfuckers ain't going to change unless they're forced to change. And some motherfuckers got to change themselves. But like in this case, when it comes to this situation, saying that Kathy Griffin went downhill after a speech in 2007 and she got a downhill 10 years later, that don't have nothing to do with God at all. It's like people use that shit as mental manipulation. You see, if you give your life over to God, you get this. No, motherfucker. We all got life. We got to deal with systematic racism. We got to deal with society. We got to deal with motherfucking rugs that get pulled up from under us. Shit that's out of our control. And here's the real truth. No matter if you are a Christian or a non-Christian, you are still going to go through trials and tribulations that could break you or make you. Simple. Like real shit. There's motherfucking people that has not believed in God ever a day in their life and they are successful. And there's some people that have not believed in a God in their day in their life and they are down. It really don't matter because at the end of the day, the shit is invisible. And if you're looking at common sense, where is he? Like, where is he? This world is full of pain and suffering. Where is this so-called motherfucker of love that's going to save us from the bullshit? And that's what people waiting on. Who's going to save us from this? No, save yourself. Because what people don't understand of this psychological conditioning of waiting on someone else, you will be waiting and you will realize years will go by and you have done nothing with your life. No goals, no dreams, no ambitions. You getting all that shit in heaven. Really? You need to read that book again because you're not going to get what you think you're going to get. If in heaven you're going to say, holy, holy, holy for all eternity, you are a slave. Like, simple as that.
Over there, he gave his life to God, then gave his life to God, and he's still beating his wife. That this person...
Yeah, motherfucker gave his life to God, he's still beating his wife. Yeah. So it's like, come on now.
Can't afford to feed their family. This person is about to get thrown out of their house. This person keeps losing their jobs.
Yes, man.
You see, there's no reality that demonstrates that this God has anything to do with your success or your failures. What has to do with your success and your failures are the decisions that you make and the decision that other people make that has influence on your life.
Mm-hmm.
So, like, if you work for a company, but the company decides that they want to shut down or they merge and you lose your job, it's because of someone else's decision. And that decision has influence over your life.
Yeah. And like when I had an apartment and the rent manager said, I'm selling the building, that affected my life. You feel me? I could have been in my motherfucking apartment right now, chilling, gigging, having a good motherfucking time. Probably in a better area with a better signal for my cell phone, probably. But rent manager sold the fucking building. Or if you had a job, you know, like you said, they sell the fucking company. Shit affects your life. And it's forces that's beyond our control. And that's what, you know, like the obstacles I had to deal with, you know, getting upset with things that I cannot control. It's like shit, like it is what it is. Now it's time for me to utilize my money and resources and motherfucking survive. Simple as that. You know about Michael about a long time, bro. Yep, I said that. Yep, I said that earlier. Yep, I said, they killed that bitch within a week when she said that shit. And tonsil surgery. And but I said, if anybody know anybody that died during tonsil surgery, let me know. Google it. But Google is ran by AI overviews now, and Google is broken. I got an HHN special report on that. I might do that later. I want to drop this parody song. You know, and hand out a special blessing to the first lady. You know what I'm saying? But that's after. That's after.
Or let's say you're a person like myself. You've been a serial entrepreneur since 2003, even though there was some entrepreneurship before that. But since 2003, pretty much haven't worked for anyone since that time frame. A couple of little times here and there, but I'm damn near unemployable to most companies. That's because of the decision that I made. Okay. It's a good thing that I worked and built my company so that I can retire as I am right now. Don't have to work, don't have to get a job. But damn, what's funny is that I pretty much said the same thing to this guy in 2008. And in 2010, I decided to sell my gym and my 2 personal training studios because I was bored. And the economy wasn't, you know, fitness wasn't, I saw that there was more money somewhere else than it was in fitness. So I wanted to switch gears, I wanted to pivot. But I didn't suffer. And then I built a thriving popcorn company from 2012 all the way up to 2023. But
you're welcome, Vato. My first lady, baby.
More involved in cigars, I shifted. In 2020, I shifted, and even though I still had the popcorn shop for 3 years, so that it would support me building and constructing a cigar lounge, I built that, and has become one of the most. There's a lot more people who are more recognizable than me in cigars, but damn show in the middle pack, in the upper mid pack, and getting ready to do some more things because I'm bored. Retirement is not for me. So, but I told God to suck it, and here it is, almost 20 years later. Doing great. Yep. Fantastic.
Yep. He's doing great, fantastic, because he's ex-military. He managed his money right. He was in the IT department for a minute. So like Coach Renz got bread. Me, I told God to suck it in 2006. This is 2026. I feel good. Yes, I had my share of ups and downs, fucking downfalls, heartbroken many times by good for nothing bitches. You know, played by family, played by friends, disowned, trying to date, shit don't work out because bitches don't want to be shit but fucking drug addicts and alcoholics and liars and thieves and scammers. Just like can't really make no friends because you don't know who to fucking trust. So like you got to keep a circle small. You know what I'm saying? Then most importantly, learning myself, learning the emotions, learning the motherfucking, learning how to maneuver without a fucking God. You know what I'm saying? But like, it was the anger. It was the wrath that drove me. It was like, man, nigga, fuck God, fuck Jesus, fuck angels, fuck demons. I'll kill them all if I see them. You know what I'm saying? Because at the end of the day, this shit ain't real. You know, and then like when I got to spirituality in 2009, I mean I could say I started the journey of self-godhood in 2009. I went into the meditation around like 2014, 2015. I think 2015 when I got my crib. Um, I think that's my second crib, second or third. But yeah, it was just it's better because I didn't feel the weight on my shoulders. I didn't feel suffocated. It was like no burdens. It's like, why the fuck I'm an automatic sinner? Get the fuck out of here. I'm not sinning nowhere. I'm not fucking nobody over. I ain't stealing from nobody, killing nobody, robbing nobody, scamming nobody, manipulating anyone. I'm being myself every fucking time. You know what I'm saying? I still getting played. Nah, fuck all that. You know, start reading a whole bunch of shit to try to motherfucking better myself, like better myself and motherfucking get to know myself better. God lives within. And when you know yourself, you know God. And once you know God, once you know yourself, now you can motherfucking read the energy of everyone else. You can see through their eyes. You can feel the aura. Like you will know if something up. You know. So it's like it's better. Trials and tribulations still happen. But if I could just weigh in my life, baby mama is probably the only thing that's really truly on the highest level of the baddest shit that happened after I left Christianity. But even in that case, I have to take the good with the bad, because out of this good for nothing bitch, I got a great daughter, just graduated, going to Juilliard. She's in the music, art, modeling, she's a quadruple threat. You know what I'm saying? I've done my job properly. So it's all good. So, now just time to focus on me. And told my daughter, I was like, later on, daddy will have some land. And when you're ready to get away from these good for nothing people, and I know you will, daddy will have some land for you and you have a house to chill on. For me, as for me, the goal is to keep bettering myself and plan for future endeavors. First lady style shit. I'm thinking of a coffee shop. What we gonna name the coffee shop, Vonta? Everybody love coffee, so we know that's gonna be a lucrative business. Only thing we gotta do is just make sure the distribution come in right, and they're not fucking up. We need the best beans. We need the best beans of England. The best beans of England. Might have to travel to Ireland. But oh yeah, definitely amen to that. I'm so proud of my daughter. So proud. But yeah, our coffee shop gonna be nice, and we're gonna sell fruits off the beach at our other spot when we where was it? Was it Cambodia, man? 400 off the beach, Vonta. Come on now. And it's gonna be nice looking. Come on now. I already did the travel plans, baby. I just gotta save up the ducats, and we outie.
While on the other hand, I know personally of some other people who
the best beans, baby.
Their life was party crazy. Then they went back to God, and their life is still party crazy. I know people who have went back to God, back and forth, and their life continues to suffer. As many of the people, the Christians who watch this channel, because I know y'all out there, I see you in the comments. And if one is commenting, then 10 is watching.
Yep.
Mm-hmm. You have lived a life dedicated to this God, and you have not seen the fruits. You have been suffering this entire time. You have prayed and prayed for your child who is wayward, and they are still wayward. You have prayed and prayed for your husband, your wife who is wayward, and they are still wayward.
Yeah. Pray for my mom, pray for my brother, pray for friends and family. Motherfuckers, they still fuck up. It's like, shit, I did on the motherfucking last motherfucking Sunday service. The fucking study shows the motherfucker get prayed for, the people get worse. The people get worse. So what does that tell you? What does that fucking tell you? It's either not real or it don't fucking work. Or maybe, just maybe, and this is where you gotta kind of just turn off your mind real quick and get imagination land. Maybe the ancestors are fucking with you because you chose Jesus over them. So that's why the prayers don't work, because you ain't supposed to be fucking with it anyway. Now that's on a whole nother level. That's on imagination shit and going back to the ancestors and whatnot. You know, like how motherfuckers turn their back, but it ain't their fault because they do indoctrination through slavery. You know, when you was forced with this Christianity, and now motherfuckers just motherfucking fully believe it, watching other motherfuckers die, you know, turning the other cheek and all this bullshit. Become a passive, pussified slave race that's waiting on some nigga to come out the sky. But now, like, I'm in a mind frame of, like, there's no reason to balance facts with faith. You Christians believe in imaginary friends. I can't even talk to you. You are a child to me. On some real shit. You got to look at it like that now. And if you look at reality, most of these grown-ups are children in grown bodies. Some of these old motherfuckers older than me make me look like, damn, I could be their teacher. You know what I'm saying? You know, so it's like, yo, that's why some people think the world is cooked. And society beats a motherfucker down too, to the point where you self-delete, or to the point you become what society wants you to be. That's where they get the term product of society. You know, instead of being a product of your own self-godhood or your self-goddesshood. Go outside the box. Don't do what everybody else do. You know? Be you, be free, be unique. You know what I'm saying? Be creative. You know what I'm saying? Do something that's going to change your life first. And eventually that shit will change the world. Oh, I'm a bad motherfucker. I'm a bad motherfucker.
Still
Amen.
at the same job, getting passed over for promotion. You're still struggling, living paycheck to paycheck. And your God, for the last 5, 10, 20, 30 years, haven't stepped up to the plate, haven't delivered the promises that he claims he's going to deliver in his Bible. And all the time, you got Christian people coming around telling you,
Thank you, Doctor.
This life be over soon. Heaven lasts always.
when what you should be telling them about their God is,
Girl, you ought to bash yourself head open and think about heaven later.
because there is not one instance where you can prove that this God has had anything to do with anyone's rise, with anyone's fall, that everything that has to do with your rise and fall is how you think, how you act, and how other people think and how they act, and what influences can impact other situations, especially your own. So until you start taking accountability and responsibility for yourself and realize that this is, as far as we know, the only life that you have, your only conscious existence as who you are, that you need to understand how precious it is, and that you need to get your ass up and get shit done so that you can have the life that you truly desire and deserve if you're willing to go out there and get it and take it. So always remember, you have to free yourself to be yourself, because your greatness is non-negotiable.
Good journey, good vibrations. Good journey and vibrations. Next.
Greatest king in Israel's history was banned from his most important project. David conquered the Philistines. He captured Jerusalem. He built a kingdom that would last for generations. But when he wanted to build God's temple, heaven said no. The reason? David was a man of war. Too much blood on his hands. Too many battles in his past. Instead, God chose his son Solomon, a man of peace for a house of peace. Here's what this reveals about how heaven works. Being chosen doesn't always mean being ready. David was chosen as king, but Solomon was chosen as temple builder. Different seasons require different people. Even the greatest leaders aren't meant for every assignment. David's warfare made him perfect for establishing the kingdom, but Solomon's wisdom made him perfect for building the temple. The very thing that qualified David for one role disqualified him for another. This is why timing matters in God's kingdom. Your season of war prepares the ground. Someone else's season of peace builds the house. Both are chosen. Both are necessary. Neither does everything.
All of this would be true if you believe that the Bible is recording actual history.
Right.
And those things would fit into what the creator of this video just explained. How David was a man of war. We find this in 1 Chronicles Chronicles 22, where it talks about the fact that the God of the Bible says that David, you got much blood on your hands, so you will have a son. His name will be Solomon. He will be the one to build my temple, build my house. You can look at 1 Samuel 9 or Chronicles 7, and I mean, is it 2 Samuel 7 and 1 Chronicles 17, which are a carbon copy of each other, where David says that I want to build a house for you, God. And God is like, nah, I'm good. I've been living with my people. We've been moving around. I don't need a house. My house is with my people, wherever they are. And I'm going to make Israel great. And this guy does say that, David, I'm going to put you're on the throne, and your sons will be on the throne, and their rule, I will build a kingdom that will last forever. But we do know that by the mid 700s BCE, that kingdom didn't last forever. That kingdom was destroyed.
Yep.
Well, the northern kingdom was destroyed. The southern kingdom was in captivity by the Assyrians. And then we know that in the Babylonian time frame, and this is where the rubber really meets the road as far as this guy saying that the Davidic line will sit on the throne forever, is the fact that when the Babylonians conquered Judah, the line of David was ended. It was ended at that time frame. We have Zedekiah being put on the throne. We have a different line, Zedekiah being the last person, and a different line from the Davidic line, now sitting on the throne even as puppets. And we see that puppetry go all the way to King Herod, who was an Edomite. He was not from the line of David. So since the time frame of the Babylonian captivity, a person of the Davidic line has never sat on the throne. This is why the prophecies about Jesus is that he will reestablish the line of David, sit on the throne. The line of David will sit on the throne forever. And then the Levitical priests will be able to reestablish themselves and do all the things that they do. But that didn't happen either. The Romans still controlled Judea. And then from the Romans, we had the Arabs, and then the Christians, and then the Ottomans, and back and forth, back and forth, back and forth.
Gotta go in 10 minutes or so.
This day,
all right.
There is no king of Israel. So we know that when this guy said this in 2 Samuel, that it's not something that actually happened. And many people
I woke up late, Jesus baby.
Is now sitting on the throne forever, but there's a gap. Even if you agree to that, there's a problem with the fact that there's a gap. And forever means forever. The last time I checked what forever means.
Right. So you gotta go in 10 minutes. Okay. I guess I'll go live again when you get back. Okay. All right. Cool. Yeah, because it was probably it was gonna be this video, and I think it was like one more that I had from the Mind Shift. Yeah. But I think the last video after this is gonna be like, damn, that's 18 minutes. Shit. But it's a deep video though. But you be safe out there, when you leave in 10 minutes, and make sure you save me a plate. I want some roast, baby. Make sure you save me a plate of roast. I know you about to visit the fam. Save me a plate. Come back with the plate, baby. I love you. Much love to my first lady. The Hurykane tonight trapped this church.
So therefore, the God of the Bible did not give a true promise to David.
Nah, I got to give you an extra blessing now.
Now, the real problem with this creator's video is that the information is not historical data that you can say this is true and factual information. The part that tells you about
and I want dessert too
comes from 1 Kings. 1 Kings chapter 1 is where this creator most likely got his information about David being a king who was too much blood on his hand, and Solomon would be chosen to build his house. The issue happens, though, that Chronicles doesn't mention Solomon as being that king who's going to build that house. Right? And then after that, we have to look at when was Chronicles and 1 Kings written. You see, 1 Kings was most likely written in around the 7th century. It was most likely written during the time frame of the reign of King Josiah as a way to establish the lineage of King Josiah, as the northern Israelites had been conquered and disbanded by the Assyrians. And here are the kingdom of Judah, not disbanded in the same way, but being treated as a puppet state. So creating a storyline where that reassures the people that a king from the line of David will always sit on the throne, hence naming Solomon as that king. This is why 1 Kings names him as Solomon. Chronicles, however, is not written until after the Babylonians have been conquered by the Persians and the Jewish people were released to go back into Jerusalem, which was destroyed. No walls were on it. It was destroyed. There was no temple. So as a way of reassuring the people coming back to this desolation, First Chronicles is written not necessarily naming Solomon, but as a way to make the people feel better about their reconstruction phase that they were going into, still under the power of the Persian government. That they were going into, still under the power of the Persian government. So it's propaganda, basically. Both versions in King James, in First Kings, which names Solomon, says that David had all his blood on his hand, and shows David in his preparation for building the temple, was propaganda to embolden the people in Judah while they had King Josiah, to make them steadfast against this Assyrian overlords that they had at the time frame. And then the propaganda for Chronicles was to reassure the people coming into this desolate place after leaving Babylon and being under Persian rule, where they were allowed to worship their God in however format they wanted to. So what we see here is actually propaganda and storytelling, because when we do look at what they're saying in the Bible, Solomon was chosen in Kings because Josiah wanted that lineage. When you look at the full story in Chronicles, what you see is there is warfare and political ramblings that are going on. The older sons of David all died before David died. The last two sons who are alive is Nathan and Solomon. Nathan's life,
much love to my God, is Vonta,
he seems to
first lady.
have taken whatever the
Be
King
safe,
Andrew
baby.
did with Meghan Markle, just going off and live a private life, while Solomon was still part of the court. Being part of the court, Solomon still had the elite guard. He had a lot of the prophets and priests were on his side. He had a faction that encompassed the military, the legal, and the religious side. Whereas Adonijah, he tried to overthrow David, and he had only the regular army on his side. So not as much of a person who had the best political faction on his side. And then according to the story, David had made a promise to Bathsheba that Solomon would sit on the throne. And in the stories of Chronicles, Bathsheba had to go and remind him at the behest of Nathan, not his son, Nathan the prophet, to go and remind David of this prophecy, because Adonijah had already set up himself as king and made sacrifices. So she riled David up to go and fight against his other son to fulfill the promise, because Bathsheba knew that if Adonijah maintained being the king, that Bathsheba and Solomon will be counted as traitors and be killed. So she did this to save her own life. So would have Nathan the prophet, so would have the other priests. They would have been killed. So we can see that this was just political ramblings, and this is just propaganda. It is not some true story for how things occurred.
It is good to get naughty. Yeah, baby.
No idea about Solomon and
about
all we have is the Tel Down Stele that just says that the house of David was destroyed earlier, before Josiah, before Hezekiah, that it was destroyed. House of David doesn't mean a kingdom. It could just be a rich man or a powerful man, or a chieftain or a warlord. That's it. So what do you guys think of the income?
Yep. And that's the end of that. All right, now the last video is an 18-minute video. So like if you ever get back, it's gonna be an 18-minute video to watch. But yeah, the last one is from the Mindshift channel. And probably when you get back, I might do a HHN. So I think you'll be back around like 3:30 my time, because it's 11 o'clock now. It's 5 o'clock over there. So yeah, you might be back around like 3 o'clock my time, 3:30. I'll start around like 3:30, 3:40. I'll probably be safe, and it'll probably be like 8:30, 8:40 over there in the UK, right? We'll work it out. And plus you hit me back when you get back anyway. So let's get on to this last video.
Often a Christian will make a comment in one of my videos defending Jesus, only to make the problem I brought up even worse. And I have a great example of that today. In fact, it happens pretty frequently. I don't know why I said every so often.
All right, so
usually, by the way, fun fact, I am just reporting the supposed words
of
Jesus.
All right, you did be back before then. All right. But I just wait for your message. I just hope my YouTube don't be honing me on when you send a message. because our YouTube is on that bullshit. They scanning our messages and they scanning our searches. And they still ain't gave me back my video for the other motherfucking channel. I'm fucking heated. I'm gonna just start doing shorts over there, just dissing YouTube. Like, YouTube is doing this. 5 seconds. YouTube is doing that 5 seconds. It was 5 seconds short saying fuck YouTube every time. They're like, yeah, you're right. All right, cool, baby. Let's get to it. See you in a minute, baby.
To their Bible back to believers, and that's what they have an issue with. But here's the comment, and then I'm going to show you the plethora of problems that this particular defense leads to. This person says, Jesus came just for Israel. Paul came for the rest. Jesus was talking to the Israelites. The rest of us are seen as dogs compared to the Israelites, as they are God's chosen, and therefore higher up than us in order of creation. Now, biblically, I agree with most of this. But it's something a lot of Christians don't like to face and that they try to weasel out of because, again, it presents a lot of problems. So first I'm going to show you the biblical basis for this. And then I'm going to say, okay, if that is the case, what about this, 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 and this? Because yes, biblically, Jesus speaks and acts as though his mission is primarily or even exclusively for Israel. In Matthew 15:24, he says, I was sent only to the lost sheep of Israel. Only is a pretty exclusive word there. And again, Jesus saying he was sent. So this is God sending himself as himself in human form for a particular mission to which group? Only to the lost sheep of the house of Israel. Again,
just looking at the logic of that, I'm going to send myself to die, but I'm not really going to die. Why you just don't come down and be like, look, everybody is going to be at peace, for I am God. And everybody will be like, okay, sir. Yes, sir. Thank you, sir. You're God, sir. That's okay. It would have happened all over the world, and the term that these Christians use, all knees shall bow and all tongues shall confess the name of the Lord. Yeah, when we all see him. But that motherfucker better come down here and make a change. Don't come down here and talk, because if you come down here and talk and leave the evil people alive and expect them to change and they don't, you should just came down here and just wipe this whole motherfucking planet out. Like, or do this shit in the blink of an eye or a snap of a finger. He could do this shit from heaven. Everybody minds wiped, no pain, no death no more. Everybody just motherfucker look around at each other like I don't feel anger no more. I don't feel this rush of anxiety. You cool? Yeah, man. I feel this loving energy, man. I feel weird. Hey, yo, you go to your neighbor crib, you be like, hey, yo, you all right? Yeah, man. I feel like a burst of happiness and joy. I feel like running and motherfucker screaming happiness. Hey, yo, man. People start coming out their house, start asking each other shit. Hey, yo, you all right? Yo, man, I feel weird, man. The sky look different. The fucking grass look. What the fuck going on? You be safe and stay blessed too, Vonto. Much love, peace, and love to the First Lady of the Hurykane Trappist Church, the UK correspondent for my HHN special report and special stories, the goddess of the USS Hurykane, Hurricane 3. You already know what it is. And make sure y'all check out her videos, you know what I'm saying? Of the USS Vonta, VBU. What it do? FBAU. Detroit After Dark for 2 bars. I had to add something else. But yeah, true goddess, love the UK. We hate Starmer. He's a wanker. And over here, we hate Donald Trump.
My words. Or consider in Matthew 10:5-6 what he says to his disciples. Go nowhere among the Gentiles and enter no town of the Samaritans, but go rather to the lost sheep of the house of Israel. Again, very clear. Then we have him speaking to the Canaanite woman, which is what is referenced here in this comment, because it is one of the examples I brought up in the video I had made about 7 troublesome teachings from Jesus. And when the Gentile woman begs Jesus to come and heal her daughter, Jesus says in Matthew 15:26, it is not fair to take the children's food and throw it to the dogs. And there's more verses than that, but let's be honest, if we're just...
Yeah, and I covered that on one of the services. Jesus called us dogs. You know why? You know why? Because we are the Gentiles. Ta-da! We're dogs. Jesus even disrespected his mother, called her woman. Like, what you want, woman? Yeah. All because the party was duh, and she was like, hey, yo, Jesus, my son, can you turn the water into wine? This party is dull and boring. We drinking all this water. We want to get naughty. Jesus like, what you want, woman? All right, motherfucker. Turn the water into wine and said, get naughty.
Text plainly here. Jesus's earthly ministry is so clearly to this one specific group of people. Just so happens to be the same chosen group of people that we see God deal with exclusively throughout the entire Old Testament, which also begs the question, why would we expect different? And a lot of those expectations, as the commenter points out, come from Paul after the fact, as he expands this religion towards the Gentiles and really starts up what we think of today as Christianity. But then you have this tension with believers who say that Jesus came to earth for all. They'll quote John 3:16 and talk about this like incredible humanitarian mission that Jesus is on to rescue everybody from their sin. And they have some verses they can point to. I'm going to share that in a minute. But first, I want to just kind of continue to stack the case for you with what Christians believe, despite the idea they have about Jesus as this all-encompassing savior. They believe that Jesus is born as the promised Jewish Messiah. They believe that he said he came not to abolish the law being the Torah, the law that was presented and given only to the chosen people, but to fulfill it. Most of them would agree that he chose 12 disciples to represent the 12 tribes of Israel. They believe that he debated Jewish law and Jewish purity and Jewish Sabbath and Jewish temple corruption. They believe that he preached about the kingdom of heaven or the kingdom of God in a Jewish apocalyptic context. They believe that he spent almost his entire ministry inside Jewish regions. And even if you just read John 4:22, he says that salvation comes from the Jews as he's correcting a Gentile. So yeah, this commenter has a biblical point, and most Christians know it. They just have this separation in their brain where they hold on to a few of the other pretty verses that seem to be in direct contradiction with
and that's called, drum roll please, cherry picking Bible verses to make you feel better. When they clearly know God is a genocidal, homicidal maniac. But they must don't remember, Jesus said, I come to take not one tittle of my Father's law. Look at my transformation. I go from a person with a skin of bronze, hair like sheep's wool, feet of bronze, fiery eyes. Then I transform into a giant kaiju that looked like a slain lamb with 8 eyes and a sword coming out of my mouth. Pause. Surrounded by angels with eyes all over their body and wings. This is some scary shit. Can y'all actually believe this shit? Can anybody believe this shit? Let's go back to the beginning. In the beginning, there was a talking snake in the garden that was talking to a bitch. Fast forward from there, an old guy climbing a mountain to talk to a burning bush. How the fuck is that possible? But before that, this motherfucker opened up the waters to bring in 2 to 7 million people, men, women, children, cattle, and carriage, running from the Egyptian pharaoh and his crew. First things first. If anybody believe that shit happened, it's a goddamn fool. The Red Sea opened up and shit, and 2 to 7 million. And real shit, they say 2 to 7 million, but in reality, don't nobody even know the actual fucking number. So, would you like to know more on some Starship Trooper shit? Fast forward, Samson, which is one of my favorite stories of the Bible. You know, this motherfucker had the strength of God. And mind you, he was a womanizer. Well, that's what they called him. But he was just fucking hoes. But you ask yourself this question. Why would God give that man that fuck all the hoes that he know is going to fuck Delilah and ruin himself? Why give him that power? What was the test? Only reason why I love the story, like at the time, why I love the story is like, fellas, don't tell a bitch all your fucking secrets. Like, I'm talking about like there's some secrets that you just gotta motherfucking keep to yourself. That was me back in the day. But like now it's like be open with your partner, tell them everything. I know the truth, hurts or it's hard sometimes, but if you and your partner is comfortable with each other and communication is the key, y'all can make the shit work. No secrets. Because at the end of the day, guess what? It always come back to bite you in the ass. Always. It could be years down the fucking line. It could be years down the line. Someone could pop up, man or woman. A situation could rise up. Something could trigger some shit from the past, and your secret could be revealed. So best to be honest with your partner. The motherfucking car came on. As soon as I said that, I call that synchronicity. Be honest with your partner. But at the time, it's like, yo, don't tell a bitch your secrets. Listen to your parents. Your parents said, don't fuck with the Philistine girl. You fucked that up. And then, what was the third thing he fucked up? He didn't listen to his parents and he told the secret. Those are two that killed him. But my question was, what was the motivation of God? What was his motivation on why did you choose Samson? Like, knowing that he was going to do this, and then like what you want him to come to a point of his life is like, God, give me all my strength back so I could kill all these motherfuckers with myself. Did you wanted that to happen? Because that was the outcome of Samson. That was the outcome of Samson. So, and to be honest about it, just thinking about this story right now, why did they put this story in the Bible? On some real shit, because this is not a long story, it's a short story. Why did they put this in the Bible? What was the purpose? Who do Samson connect to from back in the day? Hercules or something? I need to look into that. And that'll be something to look into. Who does Samson represent? Because the Bible ain't shit but a whole bunch of fragmented shit from old books. The Bible was just the new modern day motherfucking pop religion. You feel me? Because if we was born in another time, we'd be fucking with some other shit. But we are in this time. We are in this generation. So we're dealing with the motherfucking big three: Christianity, Judaism, and Islam. These are the big three right now. But back then, there was a whole bunch of other shit. We could have been Zoroastrians and shit. Phoenician, Canaanite, Babylonian gods all over the goddamn place. Not just down to these three. Fuck all out of here. Where back to it.
As I just gave you now, they'll say things that don't make a lot of sense, like, well, Jesus had to come first to Israel because they were the covenant people. Well, first of all, no one forced them to be the covenant people. Right. The same Jesus would have been the same as one with God, according to, again, the vast Christian belief of the Trinity that was there when the law was given, when the covenant was given, when the chosen people became chosen. Acting like Jesus is having to do these things after the fact to correct or honor certain things as if he's not the one that dreamt it all up is such a weird play from believers. And even if we granted that, the idea that Jesus had to do it first, well, where's second? Paul? The Gentiles are so far beneath that Jesus was just going to leave that up to someone that he never even met physically. Again, someone that wasn't one of his earthly followers. And I know many believers are going to be like, of course, because you're so ingrained into the messaging, the framing of this Jesus for the Jews, Paul for the Gentiles, and it's all orchestrated by God and everyone gets a fair shot. It's beautiful, actually, that God would extend us, the Gentile, this grace to graft us in, to adopt us into his family, the family that he kicked us out of in his grand plan of the chosen people in the first place. It's nonsensical, truly. But unlike the very words of Jesus that I just quoted, they will pull randomly from Old Testament verses like Genesis 12:3, where God tells Abraham, "In you all the families of the earth will be blessed." Or in Isaiah 49:6, which they attribute to Jesus, saying that he will be a light for all nations. Or even the Great Commission in Matthew, where Jesus says, "Go therefore and make disciples in all nations." Now there you have some real tension. The first two, you would just say, okay, so that's something in the Old Testament that's a little bit more abstract. And of course, you're going to apply it to Jesus because you see him as the fulfillment of this. But why would we take that over Jesus's direct words of, "I was sent only for the lost sheep of the tribe of Israel"? But that Great Commission line is pesky. And all it shows me is the cherry picking that Christians are willing to do. They'll ignore the verses attributed to Jesus that I said, and they'll focus just on this part where they get included. Who cares if we have contradictions in the very same gospel book of Matthew? But you know what? Let's give it to them. Let's let them rescue via cherry picking and out of context verses.
He said it, cherry picking.
But it's not so much that Jesus came only for Israel, but he came first for Israel with a super plan to eventually allow in the rest of us. Cool. You can have that. Now let's talk about the problems, even with that version. Here's problem one, that your universal Savior, the one that was supposedly dying on the cross for you and your neighbor and the person on the other side of the country who was sitting there taking the sin personally for all of humanity, only had this little localized ministry. If Jesus is just another Jewish prophet or Jewish apocalyptic preacher, then his local ministry makes perfect sense, just like we see with the prophets of the Old Testament. But if you mean to tell me that Jesus is God incarnate, is the creator of the universe, is the second person of the Trinity, the one through whom all things were made, then his narrow mission becomes much harder to defend. I mean, really, think about what Christians claim, that Jesus is God, is the God of all the galaxies, all civilizations, all peoples. Christians have this beautiful image of, in heaven, every tongue professing, but he mostly preached to one people in one region, in one language, in one religious tradition, just for a few years. Now, I know, who am I to question God? But you do, and you've decided that that makes sense. I'm doing the same questioning, and I just don't have the belief I already want to be true to improperly say, yeah, that tracks. And again, for the man-made nature of Christianity, for seeing the evolution of this religion as it transitions from Judaism into what we consider to be modern-day Christianity, it makes a ton of sense. Jesus is on a local mission to reform the internal Jewish movement, and later, through actors like Paul, it gets universalized. That makes perfect sense to me. But again, not for the claims of Christianity. Problem number two, again, granting even the Christian escape hatch of Israel first, then everybody else, it still creates this moral favoritism. And again, I explain a lot of this more in this video here, where I really dig into the concept of a chosen group from a perfect God of all creation. And I also present a lot more Bible verses to support my case. So again, check it out. It's got a different spin here. Here's a question I've just never heard a satisfactory Christian answer for. Yes, you can just agree with the Bible and say that Gentiles are below the Jewish people. We are as dogs. Deal with it. But why should we deal with that? Why should a perfect God who created every single soul alive, supposedly with intention and purpose, why should that God operate primarily through ethnic religious favoritism? How small and stupid does that seem? Again, no one had a gun to God's head and said, pick a favorite group. He decided in his infinite wisdom, in his perfection, that the best thing would be this thing that has led to millennia of warfare and death and destruction. You can argue in some twisted way this is the most for God's glory, which is all that matters, in which case you're serving a psychopathic God, and I don't care. I'm talking about the claims of God being all-loving, a perfect creator, and perfectly just. It does not track, and we just don't say it enough, with having a chosen people group, especially when you're willing, out of pure love, to sacrifice your only son, again, as if this happened to God, as if he couldn't just snap and have a billion sons. Like, all these things that we attribute to God that make him so good in this particular scenario are so silly. But in the Christian view, he loves everybody. For God so loved the whole world that he gave his one and only son, who again never visited the Americas or China or Northern Europe or Southern Africa or Australia, or even knew about these places. Even where he could have traveled to groups that were clearly not the chosen, he chose primarily not to. You simply cannot convince me that that is wise or just or all loving. Again, you could convince me that it makes sense for a people group who dreamt up this God in the first place to give themselves special permissions and help them in battle and give them rule and order and these things to say we're his. And also, if you back all the way up and you understand where Yahweh came from and that he was portioned out a people group by his father that happens to be the chosen people of Israel, yeah, you have a patron God. But that is not what Christians believe, which means they have to reconcile all of this obviousness about the evolution of the religion and the man-made nature of the religion into the fabrication of this beautiful favoritism. And my example here is getting trite, but imagine I have 10 kids, which this is a way bigger problem for God, and I only revealed myself to one, or like one and kind of the second one, but only to put them down and let them know they're not the first one, while leaving the other 8 completely out of the loop, but still holding them accountable for knowing me and loving me. It's ridiculous. And it's actually an offensive ask to ask a moral thinking individual to believe that about a perfect and loving God, if you know that that would make me nowhere near a perfect and loving father. Once again, God getting exemptions that even the lowliest human would not. Problem number 3, though, that whole Canaanite woman healing dog story that I've covered so many times, I think is actually even worse than Christians admit when they do try to meet me in the middle with it. Oh, he was just testing her faith. Or like this commenter says, that's the order of things. And because it's there, and because it's out of Jesus's mouth, real believers have to find a way to incorporate it. And for some, that looks like racism. And for others, it looks like self-hatred. Like he said here in this comment, the rest of us are seen as dogs compared to the Israelites, as they are God's chosen and therefore higher up than us in order of creation, placing an entire people group above another people group. And not just like A is amazing and B is amazing, but not in the same way as A. No, B has to be bad in comparison to A. And again, you either get the bigotry of applying it elsewhere, or the self-hatred of internalizing it. That's just one problem that comes from rhetoric like that. And I know I've covered the story a lot, so I'm going to be quick on this point. The woman comes to Jesus for help. He ignores her. Read this for yourself. It is the first thing that he does. He ignores her. Why? We know why. In fact, he tells her why in a minute. He's not sent for her. The disciples, the people he's been training, want her to be sent away, which, by the way, Jesus does not correct. And just think about what Jesus really says here. He compares helping her, a woman begging for her suffering child, which cost Jesus nothing, by the way. But he compares her with wasting, with throwing the children's bread away on the dogs, a supposed racial insult, by the way, which of course it is in some regard. And again, I've heard everything under the sun. He was testing her faith, which is stupid, and he never seemed to do in the same manner with a Jewish person in the same derogatory way. Oh, you don't understand the context of that word in Greek? It actually means little puppies. What? It's even worse. Oh, actually, Jesus was exposing his disciples' prejudice. Oh, really? Can you imagine, like, a great teacher that is wanting to showcase his followers' bigotry by ignoring someone, by being annoyed with them, by calling them a racial slur? That's how you teach? By insulting purposefully? Well, he helped her in the end. Is the main one. Is this the win you want? Do you really think that that solves everything else we just covered? You see this trope in movies where you have the protagonist.
Yeah. What he just said is, you know, like what they said is, but like he helped her in the end, though. No, fuck that. That's like you coming to me, asking me for help, and I motherfucking curse you out, call you names, racial slurs, degrade you, belittle you. And then after 10 to 20 minutes, and you wallowing in your motherfucking self-pity, and you sad, probably crying, probably mad as fuck too, I come and help you. Nigga, fuck Jesus. And you'll probably say, fuck me. And you won't even probably want my help. You know? So, yeah. So, at the end of the day, when you just heard what you just heard, nigga, that's Jesus. Mind you, we're the Gentiles. We're the dogs. In the eyes of these so-called fucking Jews and Israelites that God has chose. He ain't choose us. Because we got our own shit going on. But no, Christianity was forced on the people that was already believing in other shit. Forced to motherfucking speak a language we ain't even supposed to be fucking speaking. This ain't my language. You're speaking some other shit.
Who is also racist or bigoted, they take a liking to or they're entertained by one of the people they despise enough to throw them a bone, which is what Jesus is doing here. He's not saying that he would never give some crumbs from the children to the dogs. He's just making sure that she knows she's not one of the children. Like, that's not beautiful. That's not love. That's not justice.
Right.
How morally corrupt you have to be as a Christian to really understand this story and still say that Jesus is perfect love. What kind of perfect love has to humiliate before they help? What kind of perfect love makes a desperate mother cower and beg as a second-class citizen before her creator, before her child can receive mercy? But let's move on to another problem, which is...
This one goes back to that song. Save a wretch like me. You know, you calling yourself a wretch. People lower themselves to the lowest common denominator in Christianity for a God that doesn't even exist. And if the God does exist, you are a dog. I want y'all to watch that scene in that Thor movie with Gore the God Butcher when he made it up to heaven and he thought there was a promised land, but his God disrespected him, threw fruit at him. It's like the only thing after death is death. Y'all people don't get no fucking promise. You humans are meant to serve and worship. And Gore killed that God. He said, I'll make a vow. All gods must die. All of them. Because if that's what it is, and my people gave their life for you, my daughter died in your name. So this is the end. Cool. I denounce you. All gods must die. That's Gore the God Butcher. In the book, a lot more ruthless, but I love that scene with Christian Bale, aka Batman. Sorry about that. Christian Bale played Gore the God Butcher. I think it was it Thor Ragnarok? No, it was Thor Love and Thunder. Yeah. But this is what creates a God killer. This is what makes a motherfucker denounce all gods, period. Because if you pay attention, these guys act worse than us. And I read most of the cultures of the gods. I ain't read them all. Like I was about to say all, but I was about to say most. And if you look at it, these guys act just like us. When they angry, they fuck shit up. When they sad, you know, it's a deep sadness. When they happy, it's a great joy. But when there's war, it's war. These motherfuckers is just like us. Have you heard the term, as above, so below? On earth as it is in the heavens? Yeah. Like, it is what it is. And plus, you ask yourself this question, why y'all gods got weapons? Who y'all fighting against? Who y'all banging with? Well, this is celestial gang banging right here. Forces that we can't even see above our heads and shit. You know?
Making Paul essentially the great universalizer of salvation instead of Jesus, the Son of God, God himself. Paul came for the rest, the commenter says. And again, biblically speaking, they are accurate. In Romans 11:13, Paul says this about himself, I am an apostle for the Gentiles. In Galatians 2:7-8, he compares himself, contrasts himself.
Like, I am apostle for the Gentiles. Like, this is why most motherfuckers, Christians, don't understand that they're Paulinian Christians. Paul fucked a lot of people's heads up. Y'all the Gentiles. The only thing y'all have to do is just believe. Do whatever the fuck y'all want. Y'all can smoke, drink, fuck around, murder, rape, pillage, kill, blah, 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 blah. But at the end of the day, make sure y'all give y'all life to God. That's Paulinian shit. Which is bullshit because that's not God. Like, if you want to go the path of Jesus, you must change your life completely. Like, if you want drugs, get off of it. You want alcohol, get off of it. You're a violent person, learn temperance and learn how to control your emotions and some shit. You know what I'm saying? You know, like, you gotta fucking put in the work. They say faith without works is dead. So have faith in yourself, have faith in God that you can become a better fucking person. But they don't even do that. Most. But I've met two couples, older couples, I'm talking about bona fide Christian, walk the path completely. You can feel the presence, like, ooh, these are some righteous people. You know what I'm saying? Because once you went into a spirituality, you can feel aura, or you can see, what a person is going through. So it's like, woo, these some real good people. You can walk into a house and be like, woo, good energy here, great energy here. You know what I'm saying? Whether you're Christian, Muslim, spiritual, you could be a juju priest.
Peter's mission is for the circumcised. Paul's is for the uncircumcised, the Gentiles. And Acts 9:15, which we shouldn't be taking anything from Acts anyways, not that all these other books are so much more accurate and trustworthy, but Paul is described as being chosen to carry Jesus' name before the Gentiles. All of this only makes sense if it's because Jesus did not, by the way. So again, you have further admission here. Did not come for the Gentiles. And we have all just accepted that Paul is speaking perfect truth, that he receives from Jesus afterwards, even though he never met him, in a vision.
Right.
No one else could see or hear. That even Jesus's closest followers struggle to understand. But yeah, that all checks out. Because why? Because it lets you in the club. Because the vast majority of people that claim their salvation in Jesus Christ are not part of the chosen people. So if they just go with the words of Jesus and they don't care about Paul, they're screwed. So of course they ignore the words of Jesus and cling to the words of Paul. But then again, the audacity to claim that it was Jesus's plan all along, that it makes sense, that it's not laced with bigotry and favoritism. I just wish that the modern average Christian could see this as clearly as the Bible puts it and as clearly as I see it now. Most Christians today are Gentiles. Most Christians throughout all of history have been Gentiles. Their Christianity is not mainly the direct result of their God or the person they worship, but rather is an after-the-fact interpretation by one man who claimed an encounter with the risen Jesus, who never followed the earthly Jesus, and had ideas that went directly against Jesus and those that knew him best, and has to go out of his way to explain multiple times, because again, the people who heard Jesus's teaching didn't understand what on earth Paul was talking about, that the Gentiles are now actually supposed to be included in God's kingdom and should be part of this movement that began as a Jewish messianic movement. Again, nonsensical doesn't even begin to cut it. And by the way, again, if your only plan here is to quote other New Testament verses that contradict what I'm saying, do it. But then you're contradicting what your Messiah said, what your Savior said, what your best friend said, the person you speak to on a daily basis and claim love for is the entire basis of your salvation. So either honestly deal with the contradictions here or stop cherry picking the one that serves you best.
Right.
Because that's the problem. You're left only with a few options, and I'm not the one who made this the case. We'll end with this. Option 1, Jesus did indeed only come for Israel. Like he said he did in some of the verses. The problem there should be obvious to all Gentiles. Option 2, Jesus actually did come for everyone, as he alludes to in some other verses. So then why did he explicitly say only Israel in many other verses?
Right.
Why did he tell his disciples not to go to the Gentiles or Samaritans? Why did a Gentile woman have to be insulted and put beneath and argued with and humiliated? Why did this God ever start with the chosen people? Better outcome, Jesus came for everyone. Way, way, way more problems all the way back to literally creation. Or option 3, this nuanced version that Christians think they're so clever for, Israel first, then us. Then you have the problems that I mentioned in this video. A perfect, all-loving God working unnecessarily through ethnic hierarchy. No matter which route Christians take, there's a cost. Option 1, your universal savior claim completely collapses. Option 2, you make your own Jesus out to be a liar or your own Bible out to be untrustworthy or the very nature of God to be ridiculous from the beginning. Option 3, this supposedly divine love is first and still mediated through favoritism, hierarchy, delay, and exclusion. I personally think you're all damned either way. Because what this so clearly points to is the man-made nature of an evolved human religion that changes over time. Like all other religions that Christians acknowledge exist and can point to the changes over time and the prophets that have come and gone that have changed the game or interpretation or how it fit into one culture and changed in another. All of these very obvious things that you have to completely ignore to grasp at one of these 3 that are still laced with a, I think, impossible outcome for the claim of perfect and loving God. So congratulations to today's commenter, because I think they're closer to biblical accuracy than most commenters. But you didn't solve the problem, you just exposed more problems. I think the real issue is that we've seen 2 millennia of infighting as Christianity has tried to sort out how to position itself as a global religion for all, how to turn Israel's Messiah into a universal savior, despite the words and actions of that very savior. Starting to feel redundant, but I wanted to make the case very, very clear. Thank you so much for being here.
Yep. And shouts out. Thank y'all so much for being here. I hope y'all got a good word today. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? We deconstruct Christianity. You know what I'm saying? We want to use our common sense, critical thinking, and comprehension skills and read that book again, so you can really fully determine if you want to fuck with it or not. You feel me? Because when you're done, you will realize that the Bible is full of puzzles, mysteries, riddles, contradictions, metaphors, symbolisms, parables, allegories, mythology, numerology, and a splash of spirituality. If you read it like that, you will have a full understanding of what you're dealing with. Then, after you read it like that, you got to find out how the book got over here to the Americas. Who helped write it? And all the other Bibles, the Septuagint, the Geneva Bible, Slave Bible, and find out the motivations on why. And when you find out the truth about that book, you will realize, holy shit, the book is dangerous. But if you love history and you love to explore, you will turn this into a journey and realize the Bible is just a book that I'll fuck with for research purposes. On to the next book. Then you will come to a realization that you will grab your truth in all things, apply it to your life, and act accordingly. You will not put yourself in a box. You will be free, finally free, to explore your mind, explore other cultures, other spirituality, other heritages, other shit that you really want to explore without having any doubt in your mind that you're going to a fucking imaginary place to burn forever. When you understand the truth that energy cannot be created nor destroyed, just transferred. There is no place for you to burn. You're good. Because if you look at that logic, once you die, you're telling me that you're going to bring my body back just to put it into another dimension, another physical dimension like Earth, where I get to burn for all eternity. Now, how is that possible? Is my body going to turn into a crisp and reanimate back into a human form? What type of magic or fuckery is this? That's manipulation of molecules and energy just to do shit over and over and over again. No, we're not about to motherfucking go that route. But there's a lot of Christians that are scared of it. This is the last thing that they have to get over when they leave Christianity. Getting over the fear of hell. I'm gonna go to hell. Nah, man. Once you know energy cannot be created nor destroyed, just transferred, you're probably going back to the source of the collective. But if you understand the spiritual mind, I do this on my Hurykane shadow work videos, you can create your own astral heaven. When you die, that's where you go. You don't have to go to anybody else's place. Go to yours. You want to see your family, you want to see your friends, you want to see your lover, create that astral realm, create that heaven. And make sure when you die, you have no shame and regret, no shame, no guilt, no regret, no baggage, no trauma. You leave at peace and you wake up in your heavenly realm. No gods but you. He said, please leave a link. Leave a link to what? I zoned out. I just looked down at my phone. What you need a link to? With the link to this service, I'll probably just share this on my community post. If you're talking about this live, I'll share this live on my community post. And you can probably be able to click on it. If you're talking about this, please leave a video. Video. What video? What video? I think like the last recent video I did. Oh, the guy that was talking. Got you. His name is Mind Shift. If you type in Mind Shift in your YouTube search, you will see like a black box with a whole bunch of white squares in it and a red square. His name is Mind Shift. His avatar is a whole bunch of white squares and a red square. Click on that, you're gonna see a bald head guy talking. It's gonna be a bald head guy in front of some books. Yeah. Great religious breakdown. And plus we all deconstruct Christianity. I watched Mind Shift. Mind Shift was the first guy I started watching when I started doing my Sunday service. And then I came across Deconstructed Christianity. And I just recently came across Skeptic Gal and Durante Lamar. What I like about Durante Lamar is he's a young ex-pastor, young brother, cool brother too. And he breaks it down. And plus, it's cool that he doing it because he was the one that was helping brainwash people. I also watch a brother named Ray Haggins. It's been a minute since I watched Ray Haggins, but Ray Haggins is an older cat that has been in the game over 30 plus years in Christianity. And then once he realized the truth, he said, I'm gonna dedicate my motherfucking rest of my life breaking the spell that I put on my motherfucking people. So yeah, Ray Haggins, Durante Lamar, Deconstructing Christianity, Skeptic Gal, and Mind Shift. Mind Shift was the guy that you was just listening to. And I'm looking for some more Deconstructing Christianity channels I can break down. But like so far, you like the channels that I got, man. Coach Renz is the man. Deconstructing Christianity with Coach Lorenzo Reed is the man. I fucks with that channel. I'll be over there sometimes. It's been a minute, because he go live in the afternoon. Sometimes my shit be fucking up around that time. Sometimes I'll be doing other shit. But like it's been a minute since I've been over there. Yeah, familiar with Ray. But some of us won't accept unless them folks say it. Really, like all I say is grab your truth and keep it rolling. Just grab the truth for what they say and keep it rolling. But like what I love about it is doing the breakdown of history. And people don't know the history. And if you don't know your history, you're doomed to repeat it. So it's best to know. But let's get up out of here. Gotta get ready. I gotta drop this parody track. I'm about to do another parody, y'all. And I'm working on 2 other tracks. I'll be back probably in the afternoon, probably do an HHN special report. Gotta talk about what's going on, going on in the world. I gotta cover it. You know what I'm saying? And shout out to everybody for fucking with all my content. HHN special report, HHN special stories, fuck the government podcast, fuck the haters jam session, fuck YouTube jam session, top 15 countdown. Did I say Majors versus Reality? Majors versus Reality, Cloak and Dagger podcast, shouts out to Ocean, celebrity hood reviews, TV show reviews, and I got music professional and parody. And I got Detroit After Dark for the ladies. You know what I'm saying? I'm all over this bit. I got all forms of content and plus the HHN special report and the special stories. I cover shit all over the fucking world. You know what I'm saying? I cover all forms of content and I'm shadow banned to oblivion. Don't even let my other channels get shine. Yeah. But yeah, I need to do one with Ray Haggins. It might just be a whole service just on him because I do got longer lectures. So I might grab like a 30-minute lecture and and probably make him the whole service. But I like breaking it up to Coach Rand, Skeptic Gal, and Mind Shift. So like people can get like different perspectives of what people going through all over the world when it comes to deconstructing. But let me get up out here. Shout out to everybody in the chat. And hope you have a cool day, cool afternoon, cool evening, and cool night. I'm about to get ready to drop this track. Be on the lookout for this parody track. I'm doing the Jagged Edge parody. Make sure y'all check out my last Jagged Edge parody. You know, it's the Promise parody. My world record parody. You know what I'm saying? 5 minutes, 58 seconds. You know, the fucking last parody that was a world record was my Kim parody, Motel 8. If y'all want to see my parody list, go to Hurykane playlist. I got rock, rap, and R&B. Told you, I am more than a quadruple threat on this platform. But yeah, they got me shadow banned. You know, I'm too revolutionary for this shit. But I know this channel ain't gonna get monetized because the revolution and truth is not marketable and it can't get monetized anyway. But on my second channel, I'll probably do some game reviews. And my third channel, they fucking hoeing me. I might just motherfucking just make some fight shit. You know, it's gonna be some music and entertainment. You know, I probably monetize the second or third channel, but this channel is not gonna get monetized at all. I already know it. But like what I can do is receive a cash out to y'all, $ Hurykane J Dunn. And soon I'm about to try this partnership program so I can be able to get the super chats. I just gotta wait till I get some I'm waiting till I get some extra more bread so I can open up this account so I can be able to get the bread. You know, so once I start receiving the super chats and shit, then the shit reaches a point I can be able to, get paid. So we'll see how that game go. Still living, Ray Haggins. Ray Haggins still living. Ray Haggins still go live. He still be going live on Sundays. If I'm not mistaken, if Ray Haggins not live right now, he'll be going live later. And he always start off, he be singing too. He be singing his ass off. But yeah, Ray Haggins alive. Just type in Ray Haggins. Like he should pop up. Yep. I need to do some Bobby Hemmett lectures. I need to do some Bobby Hemmett on some real shit. I might do that shit on the third channel. I mean, second or third. I might do it on the second channel. Probably on the second. No, fuck that. I need it. Fuck it. I'm just going with the flow. But yeah, shouts out to everybody coming through. Shout out to Mac V. Shout out to Steve Bowman, Kev. Bronze in the building. You already know what it is. Live and learn. My homeboy Chance from the hood. You know what I'm saying? And much love to my goddess Vanta, my UK correspondent, my first lady at a Hurykane Night Trappist Church, and the goddess of the USS Hurykane up in Hurricane Deck 3 with me. Much love to her in the UK. She'll be back soon. And we'll be back on to do a HHN special report. And I'll catch y'all on the next one. Peace.